the NBC Orchestra inviting you to join Johnny and his guests, Pat Henry, Marilyn, McCoo, and Billy Davis Jr., Carol Lane, and from the San Diego Zoo, Joan Embry, and the mighty Carson Players. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Sure, that's the way you feel now, but would you feel that way if you'd seen me this morning with turtle oil in my face and my hair up in rollers? Thank you for that introduction, Major Hoople. Fap, egad, harumph. Before we start the show tonight, on orders from the President, will you please turn into the ushers all the plutonium that you have on you? Man glowing in the dark. How are you tonight? What's going on? They sound great tonight. Last night, I should not put audiences down from the previous night. But since they're gone... No, they were not just swift on the uptake. They were a little, what's the word? Dumb. Yeah, I'll give you an idea. They thought Vita Blue was something you put in your wash to make your clothes whiter. Oh, yourself. You think that's bad, stick around. Today is a birthday. I don't know whether I heard this on the news today. The birthday of, you know who? No, not Peter Rabbit. Lady with the large ears sitting up there at the pink nose.
Great group.
It's the birthday of Ponce de Leon. The famous, yes, the famous... I'm sure you all remember from your high school history, that was the famous Spanish explorer who sailed to Florida in search of the Fountain of Youth. And in honor of his birthday today, all of the women in Beverly Hills beauty parlors are hanging their faces at half lift. We are having in Los Angeles another smog alert today. Now, I must explain. It's the first stage alert today. For you people from out of town, in Los Angeles, the air... We have a group out here called the Air Pollution Control District, and what they do, blah, blah. It's a difficult group to pronounce and also to get into. They put out warnings. We have 3 different stages out here. There's the first stage, smog alert. That is where your eyes tear up a little bit and you sneeze. The second stage is you cough. What?
The second
stage. I've been hanging around you too much before the show. I'm talking just like you, the second stage. Am I here, Victoria? The second stage is when you cough and wheeze, and the third stage, smog alert, is when you are dead. But you have to suck on a Ludens to keep from coughing, even though you're dead. I'll get him out. Well, let's see what is going on. This is bound to happen. The honeymoon between President Carter and the United States Congress seems to be over. It usually takes 3 or 4 months before they start to do battle, and Congress is now resisting some of the programs that Carter made as campaign promises, and they're really having a fight about it. The president is saying yes, Congress is saying no, Senator Hayakawa is saying shh. Do you know who announced out here today he may run for governor of California? Los Angeles Chief of Police Ed Davis announced, yes. The young couple smoking there don't seem to appreciate that. Chief Davis is a Republican, and he is even more conservative than Ronald Reagan. Chief Davis is a little right, just a little to the right of the Grinch. You know how conservative he is. Did you read where NBC signed O.J. Simpson?
Yes.
Yeah. The network already signed former President Gerald Ford, Now they've made a deal with O.J. Simpson. Apparently, they wanted a man who could run and chew gum at the same time. So they got him both. That's right. Also in the show business news, it looks like there will not be an Emmy broadcast this year. NBC was supposed to carry it, each of the networks to take turns, and this was NBC's year. And they have postponed it, and it looks like it may not be shown at all, because apparently there's some kind of political goings-on between the New York chapter of the Emmy Academy and the Hollywood-based chapter, so there probably won't be an Emmy show. And here are some of the highlights you will have missed. You will miss Mary Tyler Moore trying to act surprised. Cloris Leachman causing the show to run overtime. Will not be seen this year. For the best dramatic series, it'll be a tie between Charlie's Angels and Roots. And a special award to the Gong Show for allowing outpatients to show what they were put away for. These are some of the things you will not see. It's a weekend coming up, right? You making preparations for the holiday weekend? Everybody's making preparations for Easter. I saw Earl Scheib today.
You saw Earl?
Earl Scheib.
Where were you?
Says, I'll paint any egg for $39.95. I was in Beverly Hills. I looked into Gucci's windows, and the Easter Bunny was having his ears pierced.
You were busy today.
I certainly was, and obviously you were, too. Out sucking eggs today. You're doing the overcompensating routine. Hi, I am on the show. You think you can fool me after 20 years, huh? I think it was when you left my office with your foot in the wastebasket saying, I'll go down and do the warm.
And thank God I did.
What else was in the news?
You were in Gucci's.
Yes, thank you very much. I get lost when I'm out by myself. Lee Majors, the guy who plays a $6 million man, is being sued by Universal Studio because he says he wants to quit. And the studio claims that they've been very nice to Lee Majors, and they've done a lot of things to make him happy. For example, when Lee gets his body washed, they throw in a free hot wax. And Lee seems to be running in bad luck. Last week, he went in for his annual physical checkup, and he failed to meet emission standards. Moving to the international scene. Am I nailed down? Yes, I'm all right. Nobody will notice if I hang on to my hands. In France, a Russian spy ring was broken up. Did you read about that, Ed?
No, I missed it.
You probably missed the papers today. If you hadn't been lying on the papers, you'd have read them. Oh, yeah. In France, they broke up a Russian spy ring. No, it's true. They had a Russian spy ring, and it turns out all the spies were elderly men because the Russians feel that elderly men make the best spies. One of the ring leaders was Roger Laval, who is 75. He's 00075. Wears an orthopedic trench coat. This is true. We have an exciting show tonight. This should be a lot of fun. Watch Dorian Gray right here in front of your eyes. And later on, Arthur Murray will come out here and do the cha-cha-cha with Morris the Cat. You didn't announce that. So thank you for coming. We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
I've got a message for people who want to know exactly what goes into the foods they feed their families. Let me tell you what goes into Hollywood bread. Hollywood bread is a unique blend of just the right amount of vegetable flour, stone ground wheat, honey, and molasses. For 40 years, the people at Hollywood Bread have believed there is no substitute for quality. Be sure to look for Eleanor Hansberry's free calorie and carbohydrate guide wherever Hollywood Bread is sold. Hollywood bred. Naturally good for the whole family.
We are back, and we've got a show for you tonight. Little breath sweetener?
Would you like some?
No. You go ahead and use the whole bottle. You know, your breath tonight would start the windmill on an old Dutch painting.
If you'd like some of this, you may have it.
No.
You'll be speaking to a lot of people this
Is it
evening.
good for you?
Yes, it's very good.
Well, certainly.
Put on your... And then this. It's like
But will he
drinking
kiss me
tequila.
again? Okay, we have
like
with us
tequila.
tonight Pat Henry, Marilyn McCoo, and Billy Davis. We have Carol Wayne, the Mighty Carson Art Players will perform tonight.
Yes.
And this young lady. That's right. We have another tea time movie for you tonight, friends. Now, as you know, the San Diego Zoo is one of the finest zoos in the world, and we have had this young lady on the show very often the past, I guess, 7 or 8 years. She's been appearing with us.
9 years. About 9 years.
Right, yeah. Several plus several will be about 9.
You said 7 or 8.
No, I
It's
said
been-
no, I didn't say 7 or 8. I said several.
Then you said 7 or 8, and I said
Did
it's
I?
9. Yes.
9. Good. Thank you.
Some of the animals you had as babies are now 10 years old.
That would be about right.
Remember the animals that did something funny on your tie?
Yes,
Those little lions, the little baby lions, were 1 year old.
that's right.
They are now treacherous and ferocious 10-year-old animals.
Okay. Anyway, Joan Embry is here tonight.
And she's now 32.
That's right. Joan is an animal handler and a trainer. And you really think you're fooling everybody, don't you?
No.
And she
I'm
also...
just here to do my best to help you.
I know that. And she does her 3 horse shows a day. Did you know that? At the animal park.
Boy,
What?
what an exciting idea.
Would you like an army cot or something? Maybe just to kind of catch up on a little, little nappy poo? Just might snap you right out of it. Okay.
I love Joan. I'm the only one who went down to see Joan. Doc has never seen her. You've never seen her. I went to the wild animal
It's
farm.
all right. It's all right. It's okay.
But you're upsetting me. You're
No,
upsetting me.
no. I don't want to upset you.
I went down, Joan, and I
I know
wrote
you
it.
did. That's all right.
Don't say.
What?
That I know her. I went down and.
Oh, I know you did. I know you went down there. And
I held a baby gorilla.
I couldn't go with you that week. You held a baby gorilla. Good, all right. And let's get her out here quickly. Would you welcome Joan Embry?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
There's a little baby animal.
Right.
Well, that's not a very old animal either.
It's very young. In fact,
Is that a leopard?
younger than most people ever see them unless they were to come to the nursery.
That's a leopard.
This is a baby leopard, and he has come up in an incubator, which is backstage.
Listen to it. Can you hear it?
Uh-huh.
Put the microphone down. It's just like a little cat, isn't it? Well, not quite like your average cat. Aw, aren't they adorable? This morning... Look, he's young. It's his first TV show. That happened to me on my first TV show.
I was with you.
Did the same thing. That's right.
They are adorable, but I mean, people who work with them every day,
Yes.
and you stay up nights with them trying to get them to nurse when they have to be cared for in the nursery, and put up with things like this.
And you have to bottle feed them, I suppose, at this
Yes.
age?
How old?
He's 2 weeks. His eyes just open. They open when they're about 10 days old.
And the first thing he saw was Ed.
And he will eventually be about... He'll eventually be about 200 pounds. And they are an arboreal cat. They spend quite a bit of time up in trees. Very powerful. They're capable of, when they're full grown, of taking down fairly large game. and they're known for carrying it up into trees.
They're not
away
still
from
killing
other
these for
animals.
coats, are they, anymore?
Well, they are killing them, and they're killing them illegally. It's called poaching.
Right.
And there is legislation now that protects all spotted cats for being used, their pelts being used or imported. But
Does
the
he get
problem,
claws yet?
he does. The problem with the cats is that it's very expensive to enforce the laws that are set. Having the law is not the answer. It has
That's
to
all right.
be enforced.
That's okay.
Yeah, he's just learning to kind of get around.
That's all
His eyes
right.
are just opening.
That's all right.
Very beautiful. This one is a Chinese leopard. They're found in Asia and in Africa. And we have 2 of them. We've had 4 born. These 2 were born 2 weeks ago, and then we have a pair that are about 2-3 months old now. He's
really
looking.
he's
He
really
thinks maybe
adorable.
you're mom, and he's looking for food.
I dried up about 40 years ago. Anyway, he's adorable. He's adorable. Okay, we got something else now for us?
Sure do. Some
Oh,
waterfowl.
Some waterfowl, okay. He's cute. They're always adorable when they're small, aren't they? You'd like to take them home as a pet, then in about 9 weeks, they eat the Avon
Tax
lady
City.
while you're...
Right. Uh-oh.
Well,
We thought for a
here we
switch-
are at the waterfowl.
We thought we'd bring their element along with them because they're really cute.
What are they?
In the water. These are baby black swans. Black swans are from Australia, and a baby swan is called a cygnon. They usually lay about 4 to 5 eggs, and the eggs look like this.
Wow.
This one is infertile, so it's already past the incubation. It will be blown and kept for collection.
Oh, I see. In other words, that's fertile. That's a...
Yes.
I see.
And if we
Swans have a tendency to nip, don't they? I mean,
Well,
when they're full grown?
when they're really defensive is when they have babies like this. They won't let you near the nest. They're very protective of their young. Both the male and the female rear the young in the black swan family. Here we go, come on. And these are just beginning to get some feathers. Look at the length of that neck. They eat different types of grains and vegetable type material.
Okay, fine. Put them back in the water. Yeah, fine.
They can swim when they're only a couple of days old, but the female carries the young around on her back. It's really cute to see them riding on the
How old are
female's
these?
back. These are about 6-7 weeks old.
And full grown, it'll take them how many months or years?
Well, they'll be pretty close to full grown when they're 1.5 to 2 years old.
What's
but
the sex of these, do you know?
I don't know yet. And both the male and the female in black swans look very much alike. Very slight difference
Suppose
in
it's really
size.
only concerned to them alone anyway. So.
Well, they're found in flocks up to 40, 50 individuals, and then they pair off during the breeding
Do
season.
they mate for life now?
They mate for life.
Right.
Aren't they
Well,
sweet?
those are cute. Okay.
So our baby black swans are signet.
Let's hear it for the baby black swans, folks. Okay. Now what do we got? Yes, something else. It's maybe a big spider. You like spiders, don't you?
Not too much. Oh, no. Look at this cute
Little thing. Hey.
These are even younger. This is just our season when we start getting all of our babies. And when we found out we were going to do a show, things started happening. So we thought we'd bring the newest.
I wonder how many people know.
These are only a week old. And these are ruffed lemurs from Madagascar. There are about 6 different families of lemurs. And
Look at the face on this one.
They all come from Madagascar. They have very large
that?
eyes. They're nocturnal. They live in trees.
Hi.
And believe it or not, when they're full grown, they look almost like a cat. They have a very full feathered tail, and they're distinct black and white.
Its hands are just like
very
ours.
large
Look at
hands.
that.
Yes, they
The
have.
hands,
They have
just like
nails.
ours.
They have nails like ours, rather than
These are lemurs?
claws. They're a prosimian. They're in the primate family, more of a primitive form of primate.
Look at that.
Only 1 week old. It's amazing for that age how
You have to keep a fairly
active they
decent
are.
grip, don't you? Because they have.
Later on, they will jump.
Did your lemur do a?
It's my turn
a
tonight.
second,
Usually I give those to you.
A
That's
lemur
all right.
towel.
That happens with animals. You can't.
And
The hands, that's what's amazing.
Are these tree dwellers?
yes, they are. And they live in groups of 5 to 6 animals, in some forms up to 40 or
Now
more.
we got a close-up. Look on the look there.
And they create
can hear 'em, too.
a great interest at the zoo because of their vocalization. Groups of them will make such a loud chatter or howling noise. People come from all over the
They're
zoo.
very warm.
Yes, they've also been in the incubator.
He's squeaking, and I don't want to hold him too tightly here.
And they're on a bottle
How
form.
big will they get?
These get, maybe 2.5 feet long.
Yeah?
And their tail is about another 2.5 to 3 feet.
Can you hear him now?
In this form, the female makes a nest. She pulls the hair out from her thighs and makes a little fur nest and raises them in there. And they generally have twins.
Lemurs. Okay. Give you that one there.
There we go.
Okay, we're going to come back, and you have something else, right?
A surprise.
Surprise, I hear. Okay. Let's see some of the many ways United makes a friend out of you. All right, we're talking with Joan Embry. Come on, Johnny. And from the San Diego Zoo. And this is the biggie for the night?
This is the big.
This is the biggie for the night.
This is one of the largest of our reptile collection.
A reptile. See, already people go, oh.
Right.
They just hear reptile.
People always say that, and you know it's probably one of the most popular areas in the whole zoo because they say, I can't stand snakes, but they can't wait to run over and look at them.
That's true.
Between the glass.
How, this little snake, is it?
It's fairly large.
Fairly large snake.
One of the largest and one of the heaviest snakes in the world.
Probably 3 feet.
It's our Burmese python.
A python. Okay.
And we're going to measure it tonight.
We're going to measure it.
Yeah, we have a tape measure. And I'll tell you why. We have weighed this snake. It weighs 191 pounds.
200 pounds of snake?
Almost 200 pounds, but we haven't had the opportunity to stretch it out completely. So we're going to take advantage of it by showing the people and getting a correct measurement as well.
In case you folks have to measure a snake later on tonight, you should make notes of this because you never know when you're called on to measure a python. All right, where's the...
He'll be coming out.
all by himself, I think. I assume you
I'll
got
be over here if you need me.
You might want to come at this end.
Lord. You gotta be kidding.
Right, and it's funny because we were reading a
All right,
manual.
gentlemen.
A manual.
These kill by constricting, don't they?
Yes, they do. Actually,
I mean,
they
they-
suffocate their game that they take. And they can take something as large... Here, hissing.
Hear it? Does he like this particularly to be measured?
Not particularly. Look at the tongue. Look at the tongue.
I know. Can we get a close-up over here, Bob, on his tongue? That won't hurt me, will it?
No.
You see that, Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful snake.
They have nearly 100 teeth, and they are all curved backward, but they're only used for catching the game and holding on to it long enough to get the coil, and that's
To
how
suffocate
they...
them.
Right.
What do they eat?
They eat all types of small mammals, rodents,
Yes,
frogs, birds.
frogs, birds.
They'll eat something as large as a leopard. They've been, it's been recorded that
Pigs
they
and
eat
so forth, things like that?
pigs, large antelope, and
Good
even...
heavens, I just want to feel what it feels like. That is incredible. That
We'll
is
measure
incredible.
the width anyway. We can get it. Okay. Down here. All the way down in the middle. This is the heaviest snake among...
We'll make something up
For
in a
its
nice
size.
blue for him.
It's 12 inches around.
Let out the inseam a little bit.
I don't know if we can...
No, I don't know how you're going to get the snake stretched out. How can you measure him?
There we go.
How do you get him straight?
They're just going to have to pull him as much as they can.
How do you get him straight? Feed him coffee. Okay. How do you get him straight? Right. Feed him coffee.
Okay, it's just over 15 feet
Just
long.
over 15 feet. That's a big snake.
It weighs almost 200 pounds.
What kind of habitat do you keep him in at the zoo?
We have one of the larger corner cages with a pool. They're very good swimmers, very much at home in the water.
It really takes all four of you gentlemen to really hold the snake, doesn't it? I mean, he's that strong.
Right. Yes, if the head gets loose, that's when you're really in trouble.
Hang right on there.
Don't. It's the man. I don't care about you down here. Thank you, gentlemen. I would shake your hands, but good luck. Thank you very much. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you, darling. Woo.
How do you keep him straight?
How do you keep him straight? Give him coffee.
Okay, we'll take a pause. We're going to be right back. Stay with us.
And finally, to my favorite nephew, Rodney, who never understood the meaning of value, I bequeath my Weber barbecue kettle in the hopes that he will someday learn.
The famous Weber kettle. In case you didn't inherit one, now's the time to get one because the best there is now on sale.
Oh no, it's time to feed the cats. Get out of here.
What's so bad about feeding Reginald?
The smell, the mess.
Yeah, and the cost, especially of those small cans.
Listen, you guys, now we've got tender victuals. No smell, no mess, and it costs a lot less than those small cans.
But will Reginald eat it?
Look, he loves tender victuals. It's so moist and delicious. No smell, no mess.
And no cans.
Tender victuals, no cans, no mess, and cost a lot less.
Thank you, good doctor. Thank you. It is time once again for I visit one of the mainstays of daytime television. The late afternoon movie host who brings you old pictures and sells you anything in sight. Welcome, please, the exciting guy and former envelope licker for the government of Korea. Your host for today's Tea Time movie, your friend and his lovable Art Fern.
Hello there. Hi, feature film freaks. Art Fern here with today's feature film find. Gloria Swanson, Gloria DeHaven, Gloria Graham, Virginia Graham, Graham Carr, Deborah Carr, and Pitts, the irregular goat. In Dagwood Bumstead's hair goes limp. But first, friends, is your living room carpet showing its age? Is your nap taking a nap? Is your carpet so worn and filthy that your guests wipe their feet after they leave your house? Do your children play hopscotch on the holes in your rug? When you get up in the morning to avoid cold linoleum in the bathroom, do you stand on your cat while shaving? Then, friends, it's time you came to the hearse of the house. Make that house. That's right, friends. The house of carpet. And here's our matinee lady. Now, friends, how about this broadloom? Look how high it's piled. Have you ever seen two swatches like that?
Wherever I go, men roll out their carpets.
And their hideaway beds, I might add. Friends, we have every type of rug you need. We have throw rugs. We have rugs for your bathroom. We even have rugs for your head. Yes, friends, we have rugs for every occasion. We have occasional rugs, we have shags, we have piles. Let me rephrase that. We have rugs of cut pile, broad pile, shag pile, and when you see our bill, you'll say, oh, what a pile. Friends, we have magnificent broadloom, handmade on looms by magnificent broads. We make, friends, welcome mats, or for you hermits, for you young people, a fine carpet from Colombia, which you may smoke. That comes in wall to wall or ceiling to ceiling. We also provide a rug cleaning service. Simply hang the rug on a clothesline in your backyard, and our service representative will show up and beat your rug with a stick. If you refuse to pay for the cleaning, our service representative will beat you with the same stick. Friends, we cater to special needs. Try our custom service department. Ladies, if you're trying to match anything, we'll send our man Raoul to your door. Raoul can match anything.
Anything.
Yes, so drop down to Rugland and let us roll out the carpets and roll you for your wallet. How do you get there, you ask?
How do we get there?
Thank you, matinee lady. You take the Hollywood Freeway to the Harbor Freeway, to the San Bernardino Freeway. That's right, friend. Until you come to...
The Slauson?
No, the spoon, not the fork in the road. Oh, if you got a head full. Then you drive 3 blocks to our parking lot where you'll see scatterbugs and salesmen scattering from the police. Now back to our movie. Junior Sample, Elisha Cook Jr., Alan Hale Jr., Sammy Davis Jr., and Ephraim Zimbalist Sr. in Sabu gets a pachyderm in trouble. Oh, we're back already. Hello, friends. We'll get back to our film. Susan George, George Goebel, McGeorge Bundy, George Engel, Engelbert Humperdinck, and Buzz the Wonder Eel. In Andy Hardy gets a social disease from his inflatable woman. But first, friends... That's right, friends. That's right, friends. I'm sure you all recognize Gershwin's lovely Rhapsody in Blue. How would you like to own a collection of the greatest music ever recorded? Well, now you can by taking advantage of an exciting new record offer. Join our Pop Record Club. Here it is right here, Zitz Hits. We'll mail you the hits of the 50s, the hits of the 60s, and if you don't pay us right away, we'll send a man over to your home named Vito and make you a hit of the 70s. We specialize in 78 RPMs, 78 rip-offs per minute, friends. You'll receive the latest songs climbing the charts, recorded by weird singing groups who are also climbing each other. You'll hear songs that almost became hits, but didn't quite make it. Take the B Train. I'm dreaming of a brown Christmas. Autumn in New Jersey. Do you prefer country music? We'll mail you a record, recorded in an actual country. You join our club, you get a collection of every song ever recorded. Yes, more than 425,000 records for only $5.95. And this extra bonus for a short time, only for an extra $7, we'll take out all the Jerry Vale songs. Friends, every song imaginable is recorded here. Unfortunately, they were only recorded on a flute, but who cares? Act now, friends, and you'll receive, if you act now, you'll receive this set as a bonus. This great headset enables you to plug it in and listen to yourself be electrocuted. You act fast, we'll send you a record player. A man named Ernie will come by your house and actually play the records.
Ernie came to my house and fixed my woofer and my tweeter and...
I've seen them, but I've never heard them. Yes, friends. Send $5.95 in cash, check, money order, or IOUs to Music Mart, Somerset, Massachusetts. That again is $6.95 to House of Hits, Wabash, Indiana. Or phone Jackson 5, 3 pips, 3 pips. We don't care. In Orange County, call Lawrence Welk. Now back to our film. Paul Muni, Paul Douglas, Mike Douglas, Douglas Fairbanks, and Douglas Kiker in Popeye the Sailor spend shore leave aboard Tugboat Annie, a biggie. Oh, we're back already. Well, we'll get back to our flick. B. Lilly, Lily Tomlin, Lillian Russell, Jane Russell, Andy Russell, and Horny, the Wonder Rhino. In that great picture, Dr. Kildare removes the wrong organ. But first, friends, let me ask you this, friends. How tough is your meat? That's right, friends. Are you tired of chewing your steak for 3 days? Are you tired of paying high supermarket prices for meat? Is meat so expensive you've been caught in the checkout line with Jimmy Dean's pork sausage stuffed in your shorts? Friends, are you tired of paying your butcher an arm and a leg just to get an arm and a leg? Well, friends, it's time you came to, you got it, Meat City. At Meat City, you buy a side of beef and we keep it in a room containing actual ice. Then when you want to pick up something for dinner, you simply drop by and say, hey, I got a beef with you guys. All of our meats are USDA, which stands for United States Dead Animals. For only $600 a month, you can easily feed a family of one. You tell our butchers you want your lamb chops or pork chops broken up, they'll happily break your chops. Our meat is government inspected, and some of it even passed the inspection. Some people have accused us of not selling real pork. This is a lie. Our pork is real pork. If it isn't, how come so many of our customers have caught the swine flu from it? Friends, we aren't cruel to our cattle at Meat City. We don't shoot them like most meat companies do. We put them to sleep painlessly. We get Wink Martindale to come in and bore them to death. Friends, also at Meat City, our meat is clean. We don't have a lot of dirty sawdust on the floor like most butcher shops. We keep our sawdust where it belongs, in the hot dogs. If you act now, friends, you act now. Look at all the bonus meat you'll get for $49.93. A fine cut eye of wiener. Ground duck beak. Breast of gorilla. Sausage loaf. And ground chuck. Boy, was Chuck's wife teed off about this. You'll get cattle face, a beaver tongue, our special feature, a 14-pound horse rump.
Rump is my favorite part.
Mine, too. At Meat City, we dress the chickens for you. Incidentally, here's the chicken we dressed for Alice Cooper.
Cute.
Our chickens are so friendly, they pluck themselves. We give you genuine Swiss steak. Put your ear to it, you can hear our butchers yodeling. And if you pay us, we keep your meat in a locker. If you don't pay us, we keep your feet in a footlocker.
I keep my meat in a locker.
I hope so.
I have a little tiny key.
I'll bet you do. Send $600 in cash or write your personal check on the back of a dead goat. Send it to Meat City. How do you get to Meat City, you say? Well, friends, you take the San Bernardino Freeway to the Harbor Freeway to the San Diego Freeway. Take the Slauson cutoff. Get out, cut off your Slauson. We'll wrap that up, too, and throw it in your freezer. Then get back on the freeway, look for the parking lot full of neon giblets. That's Meat City. Well, that's about all the time we have for today. Tune in tomorrow, and we'll have another great film for you. Robert Blake, Blake Edwards, Ralph Edwards, Stephanie Edwards, and Snort, the Wonder Hog, in Quasimodo leaves his hump to an underdeveloped camel. Bye now.
I like your apron.
Well, who baked that wonderful hot loaf? We'd really like to know.
I did it.
You were wonderful.
It's Pillsbury poppin' fresh dough.
This hot loaf dough is a snap. Pop in the oven, watch it bake up.
Well, I never...
Yes, he baked that wonderful hot loaf. It's poppin' fresh dough.
Can I have some more?
It's Pillsbury poppin' fresh dough.
Hot loaf is a snap.
Creases look really sharp in the right places, but never on your eyes. That's why Revlon created Natural Wonder Crease-Proof Cream Shadow. Crease-Proof Shadow. It just won't creep into creases. It's wink-proof, fade-proof, even waterproof. Stays fresh, stays put in 21 beautiful colors. Natural Wonder Crease-Proof Shadow by Revlon. There you go.
We are back. Thank you. Thank you, friends. If you just joined us, Marilyn, McCoo, Billy Davis with us. Carol Wayne will come back and join us later. But right now, here's a good friend of ours. He's a very funny man and a comedy actor, and he's going to be appearing at the Circle Star Theater in San Carlos, which is beginning April the 12th. It's a great place. I've played there. April 12th, and he'll be at the Latin Casino in New Jersey the 29th of this month. And both times he's appearing on the bill with the opening act, Frank Sinatra. Not bad. Would you welcome Mr. Pat Henry?
I was just up in Ed McMahon's dressing room talking to the snake. That looked like Kate Smith's garter belt. But it's nice to be back. We just came back from London. And I love London. That's a magnificent city. They have automobiles. You ever see the cars? They either got a car that costs as much as it weighs, the Rolls Royce, 40,000 pounds, or they got little cars this big. You don't know what real fear is until you get one of those little cars parked next to a big dog. And I love to stand at the airport in London. You hear weird announcements. The plane for Spain will leave at 1,200 hours. The plane for France will leave at 1,400 hours. The plane will leave when the little hand is on the 5 and the big hand is on the 7. See, they got great antiques in London. I went antique shopping. I bought some marvelous antiques. You like antiques? I bought a digital grandfather clock. I bought an electric spinning wheel. I bought a little old desk for $800, and I said, why is this $800? She said, are you kidding? This belonged to King George I. I said, you're putting me on. She says, I'm putting you on? She says, come here, I'll show you where he carved his initials in the Formica. So, but you get back home and you hear about everything that's going on, you know, with our new president, Jimmy Carter, who I love. He's from the South. You know, beautiful. The big problem in the White House today is to find out what kind of wine goes with grits. Did you ever eat those grits? I love them, but my God, they never end. You keep eating, they get bigger and bigger. They multiply in your plate while you're eating those things. And I love because he sent his little daughter, Amy, to a public school with the normal kids, and I think that's beautiful. I think that's a marvelous thing. They don't say anything about, beautiful. They don't say anything about the 12 FBI guys that got to go with her every day. You know how tough it is for those poor guys? Those desks are this big. And she passed, 2 of them flunked. They got to go back and sit in those little desks again next year. And everything that's happening, you know, I just read about it. You know, I don't know about the drought, which is ridiculous, that drought. We don't have any water now. I finally bought a can of coffee. Now we got no water to make it. And saccharin. I can't believe about saccharin. I went to my doctor for an examination. What do you think he told me? I have artificial diabetes. It's unbelievable. You can't have saccharin anymore. You know, and I've been dieting for 12 years. I'm trying to get back to my original weight. 7 pounds, 8 ounces. I had an uncle who was obese. He was rotund. And the doctor says, you eat butter, milk, cheese, eggs, you will die. He quit. He died. He got hit by a dairy truck. Today, I tell you, everything is going on in the world, you know, especially when you get married today, you're so happy. Nobody bothers you. 2 people go off and they seek happiness. But when you get a divorce, I got a letter that said the state of New York versus Pat Henry. I want to get rid of one broad. I had the whole state on my back. She had a heck of a lawyer. He gave her a $200,000 house. I don't mind, but we didn't own a $200,000 house. I had a sad lawyer. He had 8 cases. He lost 6. The only time he won was when he sued me for the fee. You know. That's about it. You know, because today you seek happiness. Everybody wants to go to heaven. That's the ultimate goal of the world, heaven. And what's the 3 things we like most on earth? Booze, sex, gambling. They got none of those 3 in heaven, folks. Do you people like harps? Let me put it this way. How far would you drive right now to hear a harp player? True. Did you ever hear a guy say to his wife, honey, let's drive to the valley, there's a hot harp player there. That's all he got is harps. You sit around and listen to billions of harps while you think about booze, sex, gambling. I had a dream. I got to tell you this dream. I had a dream the other night. I died. I went to heaven. And there was God. And God walked over to me. And he started talking to me. And just then, God sneezed. You know, I didn't know what to tell him.
Carved his initials in the Formica. Let me do this first.
How are you,
right
John?
back. Here's a message from Budweiser, the king of beers.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. Happy birthday.
When do you say Budweiser whenever the moment is right for a great beer?
Good for you. Yeah, but it sure smells good.
When do you say Budweiser?
After the corn, the chicken, oh, and the black-eyed peas.
And try this for your person, sir.
Why, thank you.
When do you say Budweiser?
Honey, after a few hours in this
kitchen. I can't form my mouth to say anything else. Ain't that the truth?
After the work is done, while you still having fun, anytime the right time to say it. When do you say supervisor?
Whenever I feel like a king.
Or when you say supervisor, you have said it all.
Thank you, Doctor. We are talking with Patrick Henry. Pat, that just occurred to me. Patrick Henry. He was a great statesman.
He said, in history, he said, give me liberty or give me death. And they shot him.
I had to do that in the 6th grade. I've never forgotten it. I don't know what course others may take.
Well, my dad was from the old country, and he gave us all historical names, you know. Like, I'm Patrick Henry. We got Benedict Arnold. That's my sister.
And your mother is Benjamin Franklin. Bing, zong, ding.
Yeah.
You know, today somebody said that, I remember your daughter got married a year or so ago, and knowing you, I cannot picture you as becoming possibly soon a grandfather.
Oh, I'd love to.
Would you really?
I really would. I would really love that. You know, my daughter got married about a month before Frank, excuse me.
Yes.
And people came over to me and said, gee, how was the wedding? I said, my daughter had the greatest wedding in the world. And they were expecting me to talk about Frank's wedding.
Yeah.
It happened, I was working at Caesar's Palace with Frank, and my daughter got married, and I had the wedding at the Waldorf Astoria. I always told her, you're going to have the biggest wedding ever. And I took 2 nights off, and Frank said, gee, I can't be there. He says, why don't you fly her back Sunday, and we'll have another wedding party for her here at Caesar's Palace. And I said, great, because... see, Italians, they bring envelopes
yes.
to a wedding.
That's for the...
little gift. Mm-hmm. And we had a marvelous wedding, and the mother-in-law sits there, and as they throw those envelopes into the sack or the pillowcase, she had a clicker, and she was...
That's the two.
Oh, they want to get a fair count at the end of the night. You know? I counted 483 envelopes, you know. And then my daughter and her son, and my son-in-law now, we got on the plane, we flew to Vegas, and Frank had a mob. He invited 280 people, took over Caesar's Palace, and again, the envelopes. And we never flew the mother-in-law out, but she was sitting there with the clicker. I don't know. She paid her own way.
She heard about it and got out there.
And they picked up a lot of money. The 2 kids picked up a lot of money in both places. And my daughter was so happy. She said, Daddy, she says, where do we work tomorrow night?
Tell your kids now starting out age, you got to have a little something.
Oh, that's great. My son's going to be a doctor.
Is he really?
Yeah. He's a great kid. He's a smart kid, but, you know, you don't picture him as he went to bed till he was 16. How am I going to let him operate on me, you know?
That's kind of nice, a doctor. You know, isn't it funny when somebody says they just become a grandparent, people always applaud.
What?
You know, like you weren't directly responsible for becoming a grandparent. No. You were responsible for becoming a parent, but everybody thinks this here for the grandfolks, and they all take bows. You get all that stuff.
Well, I love it because I got 2 kids, a boy and a girl, which is great, and until about 4 years ago, they looked alike, you know. It's sensational when you see them start to change, because about 16 and 17, they both had long hair. They both wore blue jeans. I don't know who was who. You know, I wait till they go to the bathroom and I peeked.
That's my boy.
That's my boy sitting down. So.
See, again, that boy's going to be a doctor, huh?
Yeah?
Hey, I was talking with Frank yesterday. He just taped his show down here. And he was out. He sang the national anthem at the opening of the Dodgers game yesterday.
I was there.
Right? You were out there?
Well, I'm a nut, you know, and I know Tommy Lasorda.
And that's a tough song to sing.
Oh.
For every performer almost dreads doing the national anthem.
You can hardly get a good arrangement on that, you know?
No, charts are tough.
Charts are tough. And that really, you know what happened? Frank told Tom Lasorda about a year ago, we were in Chicago, and Tom is a beautiful guy. He really got that team hustling. They're going to go all the way. And Frank said, if you become the manager, I will sing Star Spangled Banner opening day. And Tommy was thrilled because he loves Frank, you know.
Right.
Lasorda, Sinatra. Everyone's going to hate him. He's marked for a hit in Jersey. So he got the manager's job, and he was going to sing it. Now, Tom Lasorda and I went out one night in New York. We went to catch Buddy Greco at the Rainbow Grill. And Buddy came over, and he said, gee, Tom, I'm so thrilled. I'm so happy for you. He says, I want to sing the Star Spangled Banner on opening day. And I said, hey, hold it, buddy. Just a minute. He said, Sinatra's going to do Star Spangled Banner, but if it rains... I said, you ought to designate a singer. I said, now don't feel bad. It's got to rain 30 days in a row before Jerry Vale gets his shot. You know?
Designated singer? That's funny. Let me do a commercial here. We'll come back. We'll return right after this short break.
You told us here at West Bend you wanted more than just a round slow cooker. And here it is, the West Bend Slow Cooker Plus. It's oblong, big enough to slow cook a whole chicken. With 5 heat settings, the Slow Cooker Plus also roasts, bakes, and serves. The separate heating base doubles as a mini grill. The versatile West Bend Slow Cooker Plus, the one you helped design. Only from West Bend, where craftsmen still care.
Oh, the morning after. Beef stew splotched onto your colors. Chocolate sauce soaked into your synthetic fibers. You need your detergent and Boratine Plus, the bleach substitute. It's strong stain relief for clothes you can't bleach. Take it instead of light-duty bleach and instead of chlorine bleach, because it's safe.
Honey, don't forget the Johnson's taco party tonight.
Boratine Plus for strong stain relief.
Join guest host Julian Bond on NBC Saturday night at 11:30, 10:30 Central Time.
Okay. Marilyn, McCoo, and Billy Davis Jr. are formerly of the Fifth Dimension, I'm sure you know, are the music world's newest and hottest husband and wife team. They are the recent Grammy Award winners for their hit song, You Don't Have to Be a Star, and they're going to be starring in their own television series this summer. And here they are with their latest single. Would you welcome, please, Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr.
Each day when I rise and I look at you, I can't believe I'm living a dream come true.
What's up, Pat Henry? How's everything?
Oh, good to see you.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah, how you doing, Ed?
You know Dead
Boy, Ed,
McMahon?
I'm
Oh, Dead
sorry.
McMahon?
How are you doing?
Oh, yes.
So good to see you.
Careful, you'll melt your hairdo there.
Yeah, did you dig those
good.
lips? Yes.
Hey, that's great.
Thank
Things
you.
are going super, aren't they?
Oh,
Yes,
we're
they
real
are.
excited.
Very
Yeah.
well.
Everything's been going beautifully,
Was the
Johnny.
Grammy something you... I guess every performer in the back of their mind hopes that might happen.
Yeah,
That's the
you know,
top-
you hope, but just to be nominated this year was
Yeah.
quite an honor for us. We didn't really expect that we would have any kind of chance of winning.
Yeah, then when
We
it
didn't
does
even
happen,
think about
it's-
it, yeah.
that's
No,
super.
well, one of the things was I was in shock. When we won, Marilyn had to drag me across the stage. I couldn't believe it because we just didn't feel like we were going to win it. We were up against so much competition.
Yeah. A lot of good artists, a lot of good music this past year.
Yes, yes.
You were back in
indeed.
Europe, I understand, and you went to see the Fifth Dimension?
Right. You
Yes,
know,
we did.
The
It
Fifth
must have
was
been
there
kind of a
with,
strange
Sinatra,
feeling.
And Pat Henry was on that show.
I did a special with the Fifth over in London. An hour show. It was great.
Oh, did you?
Really?
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
that's
But
nice.
you wasn't on the show with them this
I
time.
don't-
You had to leave.
Amsterdam.
I don't go to Holland.
Oh, you don't go to Holland?
Well, there's a language barrier, you know.
Oh, of
Take
course.
my wife, please, and I lay there and I die. you know.
Right, of course. Yeah, we got a chance to see the group. We hadn't seen them in about a year.
Is it a strange feeling to see a group that you were with?
Yeah, it's sort of weird. It was very strange the first time we saw them on stage, but now it's a little different because we're away and we're into our own act and we're, you know, a whole new entity now, and I don't
Right.
think we feel quite as strangely. How do you feel, baby?
No, well, I mean, seeing them is now just seeing them. To me,
Yeah.
you know, I enjoy them when I see them because it's entertainment.
Is that where you first met with the group?
About 2 months before the group
Before the group
started,
started,
we
right.
met through a mutual friend who was also a member of the group,
Right.
Lamont McLemore.
Right, I remember.
And little did we know we were going to end up together.
But the whole thing, you know, when we were in Europe, Marilyn caught the herpes.
Oh.
And
that's
it was
Oh, that's so
herpes is
embarrassing.
it's a virus
Yeah.
that
kinda you
I
break
never
out
heard of
and,
it before.
Fever blisters. I had them all over my mouth, and my lips swelled up to twice their normal size. That was okay because we were traveling in Paris, and most people don't know us in Paris yet.
Don't
And
they know
so-
herpes in Paris? I thought you were going to say
Better than
that.
they know me, I'll tell you. So, you know, it was really okay because they didn't know how I was supposed to look anyway, so I just had huge lips, you know. But we got on that flight. We were on a U.S. plane
Right.
back to the States. And all of a sudden, the stewardesses are saying, "Oh, there's Marilyn, McCoo, and Billy Davis Jr." I'm saying, "Yes, how are you?"
But
Oh,
the
if ever I
funny
could
part
wear a
about that
veil.
was that when we finally got to Miami, the doctor told her that we were not to kiss each other for 10 days. But it had been 10 days before we kissed before we got to Miami.
Oh, it's
So
not.
it's been a long time. I got to tell you, a long time. I forgot how it feels. Yeah, kind of on the shaky end. Yeah, before she got the herpes. Yeah, right.
You've been singing since you were a kid, right?
That's right.
You were
I
very young when you started.
Oh, I started singing in a quartet with my mother and my father and my sister, and I considered it an honor to be invited into that group. And I kept on singing all the way up. Every time I get an audience, I'd sing at my parents' parties and in school, at all the talent shows. I think everybody who wants to be in the business goes through all that.
I'm so glad to see things going so great for you. It's
Thank
all
you.
coming
We're
together,
very
isn't it?
pleased about it.
You gonna do another thing for us after we do this?
Sure.
Okay,
love to.
we'll do this first. Be right back. Stay with us.
Farm fresh eggs, golden brown sugar, creamery butter. With these natural ingredients, wouldn't it be foolish to use imitation chocolate-flavored chips in my Toll House cookies? You see, the only way to make genuine Toll House cookies is with Nestle's semi-sweet, real chocolate morsels. Nestle's real chocolate makes them rich and chewy and chocolatey. Real chocolate. That's what makes Nestle's Toll House cookies taste so special and so chocolatey.
These tags are the key to the Garanimal system, a great way to shop for kids' clothes. Just match animal tags and the shirts and pants go together. Match lions or zebras. Mix and match any number of tops and bottoms. Garanimals can take a lot of monkey business. In fact, they're so durable, most kids outgrow them before they outwear them. Garanimals. Just match the tags for a perfect match.
Before you do this number, do the... I've seen Doc do this a little bit. Doc does a little ham boning, too. It's
Who,
with
Doc?
the thigh and the hands and so forth?
Yeah, it's something that when I was a kid in St. Louis, all the cats used to stand around
It's
on
a
the
real
corners.
rhythmic type of thing.
Yeah, it's
isn't it?
something
Billy's
that,
a ham bone expert.
You want to see it?
Do some ham boning for them so they know what we're talking about.
Get fancy,
Where the
baby.
boom mic? Yeah. Wait a minute. No.
This is all coordination. You get some great moves out of this.
Here, guess this rhythm.
Ham boning.
Use your mouth, baby.
Hey.
Watch it. That's it.
The afterbeat. The afterbeat. On the afterbeat.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Go do your thing. Go on. Go to work. Ham boning.
Now everybody, have you heard? He's gonna find me a mockingbird. And that mockingbird don't sing. He's gonna find me a diamond ring. And if that diamond ring don't shine, he's gonna surely break his heart of mine. And that's why I keep on telling everybody, saying, yeah. Hear me now and understand. He's gonna find me some peace of mind. And if that peace of mind don't stay, I'm gonna find myself a better way. And if that better way ain't so, I'll ride with the tide, go with the flow. And that's why I keep on shouting in your ear, saying, yeah. Hey, everybody has heard. She's gonna find me a mockingbird. And if that mockingbird don't sing, she's gonna find me a diamond ring. Lord, and if that diamond ring don't shine, she's gonna surely break this heart of mine. Yeah, that's why I keep on telling everybody, saying, yeah. No. Hear me now and understand. She's gonna find me some peace of mind. And if that peace of mind don't stay, I'm gonna find myself a better way. Lord, and if that better way ain't so, hey, I'll ride with the tide, go with the flow. Hey, yes, that's why I keep on shouting in your ear, saying, yeah. And I don't know. And whoa. Hey, pick me up. Hey, come on, Billy. Show 'em how to do it from St. Louis, yeah. Get up, Billy. Hey, everybody. She's gonna find me a mockingbird. And if that mockingbird don't sing, she's gonna find me a diamond ring. Lord, and if that diamond ring don't shine, she's gonna surely break the heart of mine. Yeah, that's why I keep on telling everybody, saying, yeah. And no. And whoa, hey, yeah. And whoa, hey.
Well, McCoo, Billy did it. Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with Miss Carol Wayne in a moment. That's super.
Want to make all the bright things in your house shine like this? It's easy with Glass Plus, the glass appliance and cabinet cleaner, all in one. Just squeeze the trigger and it cleans glass without streaking. And Glass Plus cleans appliances, plus cabinets, plus plastic, plus chrome, plus a whole lot more. Glass Plus, the glass appliance and cabinet cleaner, all in one.
Cooking is life, it's got the taste and the feeling you like. Coca-Cola, come on girl, gotta share a Coke with you.
And you all know, of course, our, you all know our matinee lady, Miss Carol Wayne. Carol, come on up.
Hello, my dear.
Hello.
You know, they talk in character. Sorry I kept you waiting back there so long.
Oh, I kept myself occupied.
What is this, cowgirl outfit or what?
Yes.
Oh, it's...
Kind of Western, isn't it?
Get up, get up, get up. What you doing? You ride? Do you ride?
I'm into breeding.
Well, easy there, lay back. And you're a horse breeder,
Yes.
of course. What kind of horses?
Andalusians.
I know nothing about horses. Doc has quarter horses. What are Andalusians?
They're very rare. You know, horses are one of the oldest species of animals, and these came over the hill with Hannibal.
Well, they are very old horses.
Yes, very old.
Surprised they can breed at all. Horses got to be going. No, you don't mean the horses you have came with Hannibal and did originally from that.
Well, their ancestors, they do all that showbiz stuff. They do that. They walk
Those
sideways.
are the Clydesdales, aren't they? They do that.
No, these are the ones that fight the bull. Now, you either have to be really brave or really dumb to fight the bull.
Andalusians, are they big horses?
Yes, they're big. They're bigger than me.
Oh, of course. Really? But they're not riding horses.
Oh, sure, you can ride them. They do all that, you know, hesitation, and they're the
Is that what they have
Farrah
in the
Fawcett
horses?
majors of horses.
The Farrah Fawcett majors of
Yeah,
horses.
There's
Oh.
showbiz horses.
What is the famous,
Lipizzan.
the Lipizzan stallions? Is that what they are?
No.
Oh, they're not there. That's the only famous horse show I know is the famous Lipizzan or stallions, but they're not Andalusians.
No, but they do all those same things, and they're pure white, and they have long bangs and a long tail.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
Where do you keep them?
Well, remember I had a ranch in Aspen?
Yes.
You see, my husband has an aversion to smog. So we went up to Aspen. We said, this is the place for the summertime, no smog. So we got a beautiful ranch. We got all the toys to go with it. I had a pickup truck. I had a snow plow that went into 7 positions. This truck did everything except fit in the garage. It was a fabulous truck. But so we had stables and barns, so we said we should find some horses for the stable in this barn. So we went out to look at horses, but we fell in love with these one kind of horses. So now, but they can't go to Aspen.
Why? Is it restricted or something, or what?
Altitude and cold and things.
Oh, I see. It's too...
So we fell more in love with the horses than we fell in love with the ranch. So now we're going to have a ranch.
You moved just because of the horses?
I think we did.
And you're going to breed these horses for sale, or?
I already have 2 little,
Foals?
Yeah.
Isn't that what they call,
Yeah.
Yeah. How old are they?
Like 4 months and maybe 2 months. I have lots of mares. I have stallions. They're hot. They're a lot to handle, those stallions.
I bet they are.
Yeah.
I bet they are.
I'm living out of a suitcase. I am so unprepared to be here tonight.
I knew you were, really, because you're in the process of moving to a new house.
Yes.
And you're temporarily in an apartment or a hotel or something. And...
Yes. They let me use the service elevator, though. They're very nice.
Yeah. Are you decorating your own house?
Yeah, I'm surrounded by workmen. I have been with workmen now for about a month. They bring their own lunch. They are so nice. The tile man called me up personally late one night and said, come over and sit in the bathtub before I show you what I'm going to do with my grout.
Oh.
It was so nice. They're nice.
The old tile man approach. Yeah. Well, they just wanted to have a nice job for you.
They show me all my knobs. Every time I go in, do you like your knobs?
Yeah, they do. Well, it's the little things that are important when you have a house together. How's your career going now? About say you're with us. I see you on Celebrity Sweepstakes. And,
yeah. And I'm into breeding and moving and decorating.
Yeah.
Do you know how long 3 weeks is to a decorator? It's not your normal 28 days?
21.
21. It's much longer than that. Much longer. They see 3 weeks. It's never 3 weeks.
Well, it takes a long time to decorate a house. What else is happening with you? You still exercise a lot? I know you used to ice skate professionally.
Yes. Remember when I showed you the movies of my childhood? Yeah.
She was a professional ice skater.
Yeah. I put on the album from Rocky now, and I work out. I love it hard, you know, and I love it.
Look, that's true. No, you're absolutely right. Your skin tone and muscle should be hard, should be firm. I know how to bail out. So,
I feel like a champion when I get done.
you do exercises and
Yes.
sit-ups and...
Sit-ups and knee pulls and leg pulls and arm pulls and...
That's good. Most people don't have the discipline to do that.
I'm prepared for anything. We have tests in our house. You see...
Tests?
Tests.
Mhm.
I know how to work all the fire extinguishers. I know just exactly what to do. When your car goes out, what do you do first?
When my car goes out?
Lock the doors. Like if you're on the freeway and you got a flat tire, what would you do?
I would stop the car first. Wouldn't that be wise? I mean, if you have a flat tire, to stop.
My husband says it doesn't matter, Carol. You just drive very slowly. The wheel doesn't matter. Do not pull over and stop and get out and go, oh my goodness. There
Because
is no
somebody will-
such thing as an accident. If you're dumb enough to come around to the car and somebody hits you, you shouldn't have been out there.
In other words, what you're saying, if you had drive off of the freeway...
Yeah, drive off
Because it
and
won't hurt the wheel itself. The tire's flat anyway. It might ruin your tire, but at least you can...
lock the doors, he says.
Well, in your case, I think that probably is... No, that's probably true. Especially for women. No, especially for women. That is important. Especially for women. Because the Good Samaritan comes along and sometimes it's not the Good Samaritan, right? Certainly hope so. Well, now it's time to play You Bet Your Life. We'll be right back, folks. That number's called Supreme Sacrifice. Next week. Yeah. We were supposed to get that number in tonight, and we didn't. Next week, all right? Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Marilyn, Billy, Pat. Monday night, Bob Newhart will be here with Don Rickles, Pat Boone, Alex Karras, and Dr. Wayne Dyer. Right here on the stage. Thank you. See you shortly. Bye.